In today's video, I am going to be breaking down some of the mistakes that Steph Curry has been recently making when he's shooting the basketball. He's currently on a little bit of a shooting slump. He's shooting the worst percentage of his career, and today we're going to be breaking this down. Of course, if you want me to break down your shooting form, the link is down in the description below. Okay, so when Steph Curry is dribbling up to his shot, what do we see that is so different from this to this? Where now in this shot, he splits his legs open? Or what did he do here, where he totally missed the shot, but he kept his legs a little bit closer together this time, sort of. They still split open, but there was something else that was wrong. Well, let's really check out his shot right here, where it goes in. What is so beautiful about his shot? Well, his shot is so smooth, where it's a nice one-motion shot. There is really no pausing anywhere in between his shot. He doesn't have a set point. Really, it sort of pauses here for less than a millisecond, but in reality, it's all just one motion all the way up. And that's why his shot is so fast. We can also see that when he takes his shot, he slightly twists his body just ever so slightly, and his feet stay together underneath his shoulders. They do slightly push forward, which will give him a little bit of power, but altogether, it's a very smooth shot. When he receives the ball here, he takes the shot fake, and then he steps into his shot. His feet are actually super wide here in this case, and then when he goes up for his shot, he still twists his body, which is normal for him. However, he's really kicking that right foot out here and really having it cross his body, which is throwing off his ability to shoot. In this next clip, he's coming off of a DHO, and there's a few things that he does make a mistake in. You can see that he is not as smooth as he once was with his handles. He's also freezing for just a bit longer right here at his set point, and that's why he misses short here. He also lands slightly with his feet wide, and sometimes players will do that to try and get more power on that ball. When you're shooting and you're a one-motion shooter and you've switched to a two-motion, or at least halfway to a two-motion, where you kind of pause for just a minute, or I shouldn't say minute, for like less than a millisecond, really longer than you normally do, you're going to usually try and get more power on the ball, and in this case, Curry is widening his feet out wider, which is what made him miss his shot there. We also see this coming off of a pin down right here where he steps into his shot, and again, he slightly pauses, but this time he's more of a one motion, but watch his feet. His feet land super wide. Now that can actually mess up your shot if you're not usually shooting like that. However, he's able to get that ball off before he widens his feet here, so that actually goes in for him. So this is why you really need to have a lot of shots recorded to make sure that you're actually shooting the same way every single time, because when he widens his feet before he releases, that's what usually messes up his shot. And we can see here he keeps his feet together and he's all one motion and it goes in. I've also noticed that he has been doing these quick jump stops recently as well, and he's missing a ton of them as well. So sometimes some players have issues when they're landing on 2 feet at once. This is not something that Steph Curry usually has an issue with. However, when he's usually doing these jump stops, his shoulders are usually over top of his feet and usually not having this issue where he'll take that shot and miss. We can also see that he does slightly freeze right in front of his face right there where he normally doesn't. We can see this here as well where he goes for a jump stop, his body's slightly angled away, which is normal for most players anyways, but he does freeze again right at his face and he misses that shot. And again, same thing, hops into his shot jump stop and misses again. Meanwhile, when he's coming off of a screen here, he steps 1-2 into his shot, nice and balanced, and his shoulders over his knees and toes. And when he goes up for his shot, he still slightly freezes at his chin, but it's not as pronounced as those other shots, and he's able to drain that shot easily. Steph Curry is one of the greatest shooters of all time. He actually is the greatest three-point shooter of all time, and clearly one of the top 2 basketball players to ever play the game, in my opinion. However, there are times where we just have issues with our shot. It doesn't matter how good you really are. And these issues, I'm going to say right now, are going to be easily fixed with Klay Thompson coming back, because now Steph Curry is not going to be getting 2 3, and sometimes even 4 players throwing at him, because now he can just kick that ball off to somebody like Klay Thompson. And when James Wiseman comes back and running the screen and roll game with Curry, it's going to open up even more opportunities for Curry, and his shooting form will definitely be going back to his regular form, and he's not going to be having any issues whatsoever. So stay tuned for more Steph Curry shots, because he is going to be setting a record that I don't think anyone is going to probably break for a very long time. I hope that you've enjoyed. Steph Curry's one of the greatest players of all time, and I'll see you guys again in my next video.